A warm welcome from San Miguel de Tucuman in Argentina. The first quarter-final of the day is the Netherlands versus New Zealand. And let me tell you, it is piping hot out there today. Just gone 9 o'clock and already over 37 degrees. Both sides just waiting pitch side to come on, having played their pool games. New Zealand finishing bottom of their pool and come out on the left-hand side in the all-black kit. They will be so hot in that this morning, as it's above 36 degrees as well. We'll be taking a 2-minute break, a 2.5-minute break on 17.5 minutes, so almost split up into quarters now, this game, under the guidelines here of the World League final. A few Dutch supporters in. Their side unbeaten in the tournament so far. Played 3-1-3. And we have one presentation for the day for Kaya van Marsacker, who gets 50 caps for the Netherlands. Congratulations to her. Pop those in some water. 50 caps under the belt and a long way to go for Van Marsacker. Just 24 years of age, hitting that milestone. Next, the national anthems, starting first with the Netherlands.
Se entonarán las estrofas del himno nacional de Nueva Zelanda.
Both sides in good voice ahead of this first quarter-final of the Hockey World League. It's the inaugural tournament, and there can only be one winner. One of these sides progressing through to the semi-finals. Let's see how both teams line up. Netherlands keeping Sombroek in goal. Ketels, Bos, Durskland and Hervel. Verscheur, Velten, captained by Pauwman, Hoog, Drost, Schoenacker and Van Geffen all starting. 3 wins from 3 in the pool stages. They played Germany, England and Korea and beat all 3 sides. Totting up a tally of 12 goals along the way as well. Max Caldis and his team, the reigning Olympic champions of course. And their opponents today, ranked 4th in the world, New Zealand. Rutherford starts in goal. Forgerson, Merry, Webster, captained by Charland. Charlton, Thompson, Dennison, Flynn, Reed and Punt make up the starting 11, coached by Mark Hager. Not so much luck in the pool stage for the Black Sticks. Played 3, lost 3. Our umpires for the day on home turf, Mariana Rado, alongside her, Frances Block of England. As we said, it's 37 degrees out there at the moment, so we will be taking a short break after 17.5 minutes, the game being split up into quarters because of the high temperatures, and just gone 9 o'clock local time here. Verscheur steps forward for the Netherlands, playing from left to right in the all-orange kit. And it is the Dutch to get us started. Verscheur back to Pauwman. Some early touches here for all the players, essential to get into the groove and get into the mix. There can only be one winner. We will get to the bottom of it after 70 minutes, and if it's deadlocked after 70, then we'll go to a shootout. Netherlands and New Zealand meeting in round 3, of course. Netherlands winning the semi-final there by 5 goals to 2. And ranked 2 places higher than New Zealand. They've got to be the favourites for this game, but can New Zealand cause an upset here? Good time to win their first ever game. Dennison comes away with it now, but the Netherlands pressing high, and that ball back to Charland's going to put her under a bit of extra pressure. Ball off Verscheur's stick. Charlton with a quick retake. Forgerson now. Swept away by Pauwman. Sideline ball. Alongside me watching the first quarter-final of the day is Nikki Simmons of Ireland. Nikki, a little prediction possibly ahead of this one as Anita Punt brings it forward for the Black Sticks.
Well, if you're to go by form, I guess the Netherlands look on to win this game, but New Zealand will want the first win of the tournament, and what a better day to do it than upsetting the Dutch.
Hot day.
Yeah, it is a bit hot. Yeah, so this is gonna, I think both teams will struggle because it's so warm. The Dutch are down 1 player, which doesn't help. 1 player is sick.
Yep, Frederick Dirks has not made it pitch side today. She's poorly and back at the hotel, but as far as that, both other sides are up to full strength. Some casualties in the German and England camp as well, which may affect their quarter-final matches later on throughout the day. Australia played Germany directly after this in the midday heat, and then the early evening games, England versus China and the hosts Argentina versus Korea, the last game, the last quarter-final of the day. As you pointed out, a slightly slower game being played out there today.
I think New Zealand are due a good game as well. I'm sure they're pumped up for it. I saw them before the game. They seemed like they were.
Velten drives the ball into the D, carries a couple of tackles, but couldn't get the shot off, and Punt wrestles the ball off her. Releases Charlin there, who gives chase, but well, counter-attack chance here with Flynn going for it. One-on-one here. Great cover tackle from Schoenacker as Gemma Flynn tried to break through. Best attacking chance of the half so far for New Zealand. Came from an uncharacteristic defensive error from the Dutch. Pullman with the aerial ball. Dennison picks it off. Interception here again from Drost. drives the baseline, looking for the ball back under her arm. First time hit from Durst van den Heuvel was a miss. Does get that one off, but Rutherford kicks it away, and again, Punt is there at the head of the D to carry it away, but only as far as Marcia Polman. Durst van den Heuvel, ball forward to Drost. Far post is loaded. Charlene guards her feet well, and New Zealand sweep it to safety.
Now the Netherlands showing their intent here. Palman up in the circle already, so I think they're looking for an early goal.
Yeah, it would certainly settle some nerves out there. One-time touch ball through from Ketels. This is Hogue now. Reverse stick ball in, head height. Will be dangerous, almost took Drost's head off her shoulders. No one in any hurry to get the ball on out there. Playing with a yellow ball today, so hopefully you can see that a little bit clearer on your screens back home or around the world, wherever you're watching. Soft give up of possession, that from New Zealand. Now Netherlands get a shot off, it goes wide. That shot that time from Drost. There's Drost, another one of the youngsters in the side, just 22 years of age, and playing her 16th game in an orange jersey.
It's an excellent pickup by her there on the move, going forward, and she does tend to go in her reverse a lot, but that one just not on target. Well,
all these players at this level able to get off some serious pace, both on the forehand shot and the backhand shot, the tomahawk. There's Punt, who seems right up for this one, but again loses possession. Van Marle now has come on and makes an instant impact, sets up for sure. The two of them linking up well. That's a good shooting opportunity. Group 1 ball for New Zealand, not so good. There's a slight breeze blowing through the stadium here in Tucuman, but hot temperatures out there for them to contend with. This is Verschure again, under her shoulder. Well back from Charland. Good 10-yard shuttle to get back and cover the goal of Rutherford there. Good communication too between the two of them. Charland now in possession for New Zealand. Dennison, first time ball to Jones. Schuenacker now on the right flank. Thumps it goal band. Deflection from Dennison takes it for a long corner.
There's not too many options there for Jones coming out of defence. New Zealand will need to make sure that they're creating options for her. It's a tough one on the left-hand side.
Always slightly tougher to get out of there because you're coming out on the forehand of the attacking side. That's why teams tend to press in this left-hand corner, but New Zealand on the back foot. Schuenacker again takes the free hit. This is Verschure, no advantage from the foot. Verschure takes the quick free hit. Can't get past Charland, who has been one of the standout players again for New Zealand in this tournament. New Zealand without the likes of Katie Glynn, Stacey Mickelson and Emily Naylor, who all are at home for various reasons, whether it be recuperation or Naylor's got a wedding to attend. Always tough when you're having to play in life events with international tournaments.
Yeah, you have to choose sometimes, and really tough decisions for every player, especially when you've played for so long.
Palman floats on in towards Van Marle. A little bit scrappy this. It's not been overly pretty hockey so far inside the first 10 minutes. Oh dear. Big challenge there on Schuenacker and Reed colliding. Reed winning the free hit. touch there from Cox. Not the best one, but it was a bobbly ball to contend with. Let's have a look at that collision. Reed and Schurnacker. Yeah, Reed's stick just catching Schurnacker's foot there accidentally and taking your legs away from her. Drost comes off for the Netherlands and Velton comes on. There's Van den Heuvel. Charlton tucks it under her body. Cox looking for the long ball. Finds Flynn, but also some good defending there. The Dutch back in numbers, 4 orange shirts behind that attack.
Both teams are defending very well. As soon as a player gets the ball, there's a defender on her. Is not giving them much room to make any passes. Just that's creating and making it a little bit scrappy.
There's Van den Heuvel now. Has her ball to the head of the D, cut out by Charland. Merry, tackle back from Schurnacker, but gives up a foul as well. That one for Webster's going to go straight to Van Marsacker, who releases Welton. Van Marler outside her to the right. Devard ahead of her. Dennison with the interception inside the D. Now Charland. Again, it's Merry. Peels strong this time and opens up the right-hand side. Reed ahead of her. Well, wasted ball. There's Max Caldis, the Netherlands coach. Max, who used to play for Argentina, went to 2 Olympics in 1996 and 2004. And has been the Netherlands head coach since 2010. First time ball down the right-hand flank, almost finds Merry. It's just all a bit sluggish out there today. And if you're wondering why, well, it's at least 38 degrees out there, 38 degrees C. And the temperature rising. 11 minutes into this game. There will be a break after 17.5 minutes. Van Geffen, who scored in the match the last time these two sides faced each other in Rotterdam. Nikki, you've played in all sorts of conditions. How much tougher is it to play in the sweltering heat?
It's extremely tough. Just so at some stages I'm sure you feel like you can't breathe as well. Yeah, it's awful, especially over here in Argentina, but you do get used to it, I suppose, and you can see the girls have been here a while, and that's the importance of being here about a week before, so you get used to the weather. But I don't know about anyone getting used to this heat. 38 degrees. What do you think?
Yeah, it's got to be one of the hottest days of the tournament so far. Particularly this stage in the morning. We are due some rain and a thunderstorm later on this afternoon, this evening for those matches. But no sign of those murky clouds on the horizon yet. Clear blue skies in Tucuman and raging temperatures.
Considering as well that Netherlands would have come from rather cold weather back home. Probably snow coming as well.
Yeah, I think the snow is on the way.
It's quite a big difference.
I think they celebrate something today called Santa Claus. My pronunciation is terrible on that. But one of their saints who drops by to give the girls all presents. As they come forward, and a goal here would be the ideal present to start things off, this first quarter-final of the tournament. Dutch packing the midfield and no way through. Welton comes away with it. Ketels now plays in Van Marler, goes goal bound, no deflection. Rutherford just lets that one go. So Rutherford in goal again today. Wealth of experience, over 50 caps now for her country. Van Geffen lets that one go.
You can see there New Zealand are playing outletting with 4 at the back. I think they might need to perhaps change it up a bit, because it's just being too easy for the Netherlands to defend.
Fenix tries to get that ball through, but good commitment from Webster here. Could release a counter-attack. No, the ball, not enough power on it to marry. Shiranaka just came for it. Boss crossfield to Van Geffen, as Hogue ahead of her on the left-hand flank, but opts to come back through Boss.
A bit like Australia and the Netherlands are pushing up their 2 wing backs, creating the wide space and making spaces for their midfield.
Now they decide to come. First time touch from Van Marle, gets a foot of Jones. And Netherlands take the opportunity to make some substitutions. Dross back on up front for Van Marle. Marcia Polman here again into the midfield, and a nice dummy there. Plays in Fenix again. What can Merry do with it for the Black Sticks? It's a good ball down the line. Too much pace on it for Cox to chase down. And just a bit rushed in that final 23.
Yeah, I think also they actually delayed it a little bit. Reid was there waiting and wanting the pass quicker, and it just wasn't happening.
20 minutes left of the half, but just 2.5 minutes until that quarter break that we're going to have because of the high temperatures here in Argentina. Dirks van den Heuvel. Pass cut out by Charlton. Charlton now with punt ahead of her. First stick ball in from Drost, looking for Verschuur. Interception comes from Thompson. There's Thompson just walking the ball out to the corner there. Certainly not one of the faster flowing games of the tournament so far. No goals as yet either. Netherlands 0, New Zealand 0.
I suppose, Mike, it's always also different that it's a really important game. So both teams need to make sure they get settled, not rush into anything. I mean, whoever wins this goes through.
Certainly do. They won't need reminding the importance of this game. New Zealand up into attacking territory. Hogue comes away with it, releases Welton. Oh, lovely little chip over the stick there from Velton, who keeps the drive going, and wonderful tackle from Charland on the head of the D. Important. Velton was just about to get the shot off, couldn't carry it past the final tackle, and Charland earns the free hit and now releases punt down the right-hand side. She's driving more goal bound though, trying to change that angle. Palman comes across this time and sweeps the ball off her stick.
Both the sweepers there showing while they're world-class players, excellent tackles from both of them.
Netherlands' game plan very much to keep possession of the ball here and pinging the ball about. Lovely short 5-10 yard passing that from the Netherlands. And there's a hooter on the quarter. And no goals in the first 17.5 minutes. Netherlands 0, New Zealand 0. So a couple of minute break for umpires and players to rehydrate. Maybe take a couple of minutes of shade. Nicky, thoughts on the first quarter that we saw there? No goals, Sonbrook hasn't conceded, Rutherford hasn't conceded, but it's not been the most thrilling of quarters.
No, but I think, again, both teams are trying to figure each other out, see what way they're playing. But again, the Netherlands have had more chances. Not many, but they've had the better chances of that first quarter.
Yeah, more circle penetrations in it as Marcia Palman takes a cold ice towel. A look there at the Dutch bench. The two keepers there having a few words. That's Joyce Sombrook with her back to us. And then Larissa Mayer, the #2 goalkeeper. Both of them were testing each other's reactions out in the pool yesterday afternoon with one of those bouncy skippy balls.
Oh, yeah.
And so even in their day off, they were practicing reactions and getting their hand to a ball. Some much needed shade and shelter for both sides. Just another 30 seconds or so that they can enjoy that. Here's a look back at some of the better chances of that half. Reverse stick shot there, went over the bar from Drost. Charland covering back, and Rutherford keeping an eye on it every step of the way as well. Just wide and to the left as we saw it from that angle. Mark Hager, the New Zealand coach, able to pass on a few messages. An extra break in this game then because of the high temperatures, and we're ready to go again for the concluding part of this first half. Francis Block of England, one of the umpires today. Mariana Rado, more used to the temperatures, living here in Argentina. And the teams both gingerly step out for the second quarter. Netherlands to get us underway again then after our short pause there on 17.5 minutes. 0-0 the score in this first quarter-final of the inaugural Hockey World League final. Schiernacker with the mistouch, mistrap. Allowed Mary to come forward, but Van Marsacker back there. 50 caps for her today.
New Zealand have a good few very fast players up front, so Netherlands would want to be a little bit careful with their passes around there because they are pushing up Pauwman into midfield, and if they have a miss pass, there's a couple of players that could really take on their defence.
Van Geffen regains possession. Here is Marcia Palman, FIH Player of the Year in 2011 and 2012. Fenonix can't get past Flynn. Schiernacker maintains possession. And Marsacker now into Palman. New Zealand sitting back deep into their own half as well, not even a 50% press. This is Velton, turns strong and makes it a little bit of a gap and there's some room for herself here. Ball cut out by Dennison. Finds Cox. Verschure confidently goes forward. Into the D, there was a bit of a stick challenge there. And the player just turning into a defender. Promising start to this second quarter then for the Netherlands. Again, up in attacking territory and another circle penetration for them. You can hear Max Caldas there wanting to push his side forward. Shouts of up, up. Need to push that ball higher up the pitch. Velton round the back. Driving the baseline and earns the first penalty corner of the game. Little by Velton.
Very good skills by Velton there and use of her pace. And just a little lift as well, which makes it hard for the defender.
New Zealand's going to referral. They might say that this ball came in too high. I think that's the question. Let's find out.
It's not good? Okay. Carol? Yes, I can hear you. It's not good for New Zealand. Okay, New Zealand are saying no foot. No foot.
Okay, no foot.
Okay, I'll take a look. Okay,
Video umpire Carol Metchett of Ireland will now have a look at that and then get back to Mariana Rado. Here's another look at it from the action replay that we have. Belton, well, it seems to go onto the stick, and then does it go onto the knee though? The only thing we just need to confirm, we can check that from numerous different angles, or at least the video umpire can. Players have to wait patiently out there. Netherlands fairly convinced that was a corner, but it will need several viewings, that one. There was definitely stick contact there, wasn't there, Nikki?
Yeah, it definitely had the stick first. Whether it came up off her leg after, I'm not quite sure. It's hard to see at that angle.
Get the towels out.
Mariana, I have a decision. It's the stick and then her leg. The penalty corner is the correct decision. And New Zealand lose the referral. What? Hey, penalty corner or no? Penalty corner. Penalty corner. Okay. Yep. It's good. No.
Well, there we go. Decision final. Penalty corner it is. And so New Zealand kit up. 4 defenders and the goalkeeper to try and keep this one out.
They'll have watched all the Dutch corners that they've had in the last 3 games, and they'll be figuring out which way to run, which way is best to run first. So let's see what they have.
Well, they're setting up with a 3-1 in the goal defensively, which means they're going to try and charge this down and guard the left-hand side of the goal. Marcia Palman at the head of the D with the flick, forcing the save from Rutherford, long corner. First shot then on target from the Netherlands, but a comfortable height for Sally Rutherford. Forgerson gets an important touch on that one. Thompson now under pressure here. First Van den Heuvel again, no one on that baseline. New Zealand there lost their referral, that's why they've got a red dot next to their name. Questioned whether it was or wasn't a penalty corner a couple of moments ago, and it was, and Marcia Palman got the shot on target, but unable to open the scoring here against New Zealand. Still remains Netherlands 0, New Zealand 0.
New Zealand still struggling on their outlets. They're not really using their midfield. They're trying the long ball. There's not really good options. Making it hard for themselves.
Touch there from Punt. Yeah, the Netherlands, such good tacklers. Schoenacker confidently takes that away from Forgerson. Here's Van Marsacker to Van Marla. Webster wins it back, only as far as Charland. And this is where it's been scrappy all game. Verschure now takes control. There was a final touch by New Zealand, so it will be a long corner, which Dirk van den Heuvel takes. Another touch comes in again from Webster. Good pressure from Flynn, forcing the error, and New Zealand have the ball back.
It's patient defence by New Zealand there. There was nothing really for the Dutch players. Ends up being a mistake.
12 minutes left to play then in the first half. No goals as yet. Both sides just tiptoeing their way through this first half. And Marla keeps it in. Tavard ahead of her. Schoenacker over the ball for the Dutch. touch, being very patient in their build-up, aren't they? Keeping possession, giving everyone a touch. Lovely ball in to Ketels. This is better, changing the angles now over on the left-hand side. Ball comes in reverse stick, picked by Dennison.
Yeah, because the Netherlands are playing with that structure of 3 at the back and 2 midfield, they're able to find the pockets into those centre midfielders very easily. They're even passing in between each other. You can watch Pauman passing to the other centre mid. New Zealand may need to step up on one of them.
Yeah, well, they've tried to step up a little here, New Zealand, and put some form of press on at about 75% now, so the front line with a bit of leg work to do. And that's better from New Zealand. Punt in the midfield. Looking for Cox. Goes under her stick. Again, they'll keep a 75% press here, New Zealand. Mary comes on for Hayward up front. It's another turnover of possession, and Drost has got a good change of pace. Looks to beat her man at the back and does get the better of Samantha Charlton. Dursk van den Heuvel carries on the drive all the way along the baseline. Dennison again there to sweep it to safety. Punt has it in possession now. Oh, great change of pace, good stretch too, and taken out into touch by Van Geffen. Charlton now to Charland. Here's another look at that drive along the baseline from Dursk van den Heuvel. Kept it in there, scuffed the pass a little bit.
Really
no one
nice,
on the far post.
Very nice skills though. She doesn't touch the ball, just moves her stick, makes the defender move, and then she just keeps going herself.
Match 13 of the tournament then, a quarter-final between the Olympic champions, the Netherlands, and New Zealand. Penalty corner. Well, they've had to wait a long time for it in the first half. But inside the final 10 minutes of the first half, New Zealand get their first penalty corner of the game. Kayla Charland and the rest of the attacking lineup push forward. A message coming on from the side too through Jones as to what corner to play here. Here's why. Cox brings it back, and Boss there getting some foot contact on it.
Yeah, it was a bit of a heavy tackle as well, so I reckon it could have been a corner already, and then it also touched her foot.
Dennison and Charland over the ball at the head of the D. Dennison breaks right, leaving it for Charland, but it bobbles off the stick of Forgerson, and the Netherlands come away with it. Velton with a quick counter-attack. De Waard now. The Dutch obviously with numbers over, and not the best first touch from Hogue, who picked it up at the head of the D. And a wasted opportunity, this stick stop wasn't the best. It was bobbling. You saw how bobbly that was coming out to the stick stopper.
Yeah, I'm interested to look at this new way of, I guess because we thought the pitch was quite slow. It's going to be pretty wet today because it's so hot, so they would have put extra water on. But it just tends to be, it creates a few more mistakes if you're sweeping the ball out rather than dragging it out.
There are more mistakes than normal being made out there today. From up here, I've got to say it's something to do with the weather conditions. Doesn't matter how conditioned you are as an athlete, playing out there today is difficult.
No, and I'm sure back home they would have been in, for example, when we were going to heat training, we would have done spinning classes to make it, you know, sweat as much as you would, but it's nothing compared to what it's actually like when you're there.
Sweating like a beast yesterday, decided to take on some local Argentinian guys in five-a-side football in a tin shed. I reckon it was about 55 degrees in there.
You won though, didn't you?
We did, 10-9. Scored scored 3.
No own goals.
No own goals. Hashtag proud. Lovely. Here we go then. Maybe the first clear shooting opportunity, but again, Dennison, who's having a good defensive game yet again back there for the Black Sticks. That's gone across the baseline. For sure goes down. Another look at her effort, and there was the ball just going across the baseline before it did come across the face of goal. Under 6 minutes left to play. Netherlands 0, New Zealand 0. Dennison crunches one forward. Punt picks it up. Charlton is the option on her left. Oh, lovely skills from Punt. So confident. Can't get it through Marcia Pullman though. He spins and turns strong. Here's a chance for New Zealand. Mary now. Crossfield ball in. And the wrong side of goal. Good build-up though from New Zealand.
Pullman looks like she's still giving out about that decision, but I don't think there was anything there. I think it was well taken off her by the New Zealand players.
Bottom line is she was robbed. She didn't like it. Felt she was fouled in the midfield. But there's going to be a fair bit of pushing and shoving going on out there today. And as we get closer and closer to the end of this game, it becomes more and more vital that one team gets a result. New Zealand standing their ground though here in this game. Going to see a card here.
Yeah, well, I think that's deserved as well, because Pullman had been giving out. Now, who's it?
Van Marlen, I think, that's been given the card in the sin bin. Just a green card, 2 minutes in the sin bin.
It's good to see, because they, you know, it's going to be a tough game and they've got to get used to it.
So can New Zealand take advantage of this extra player that they've got on the pitch now? Charlton pushes forward, power play, and the first time ball from Flynn takes it off into touch. Cox, Forgerson and Charland all waiting to come on for New Zealand. There is confirmation of that green card for Kitty Van Marlen. Charland then now on. A bit more room out there as you'd expect with the extra player. Allows New Zealand to enjoy a bit of possession, which they haven't been able to retain the ball for too long in the first half so far. Now a good opportunity to do that. Punt working hard out here in the first half. Lovely crossfield ball. Charlton. That ball intercepted by Fenanix.
Yeah, it's good to see the ball going into midfield, but I think Punt was almost making her runs in front of the whole of the Dutch defence, so she needs to try and get in behind them into those pockets and receive it behind the first line, otherwise it's kind of pointless.
Hogue spreads the ball wide to De Lange. There's going to be a clear shot here. De Lange comes in, squeezes at the wrong side of the post though. Shot near post. Rutherford able to keep an eye on it all the way again. Had time, didn't really get 100% power behind that. But for sure, waiting there in front of the keeper's pads could have been a better option. Netherlands back up to full strength then. 2 minutes left to play. No goals in the half so far. Slightly more open second quarter to this game. No sign of a post there. Ball goes out of play. New Zealand have a 16-yard hit. Netherlands back at a 75% press now. As far as this first half go, New Zealand will be the happier of the two sides, I think, having not conceded.
Yeah, I think so. I think They will be happy, but they need to step it up a gear. They need to change a few things up. Like I said, try and get into that midfield behind the press of the Dutch. Give them a bit more room up there.
Confident dribbling from Julia King there to earn the free hit. Helped on by Forgerson, but only as far as Palmer. Schuernaka makes the mistake in the midfield. And the free hit won by Reed this time. Taken by Hayward. One final chance here as Hayward puts it in towards goal and was looking for a deflection. It was Cox that was closest to getting to it. Here's another look at it. Good vision, good ball in. And just looking for a deflection there in front of the Dutch defender, didn't come. The longer and longer this game goes on at 0-0, the more it favours New Zealand. Punt has that jabbed away with a good tackle from Palman. Belton's got a good turn of pace. We've seen that once or twice inside this first half. Final few seconds of the half. Much needed break after that for both sides. Van Geffen with the final touch of the half, and no goals in it at half-time. It's Netherlands 0, New Zealand 0. So the quarter-final stage is underway here. Netherlands with the better of the chances in that first half. Certainly an improved performance towards the end of the first half from New Zealand. Came forward confidently a couple of times, both sides with a penalty corner. New Zealand not able to stop their effort, and Rutherford making a save from Marcia Polman's only shot on target in the half. So a bit of water onto the pitch, a bit of water into the system for the players too. They take to the changing rooms for a bit of shade, and at half-time it's Netherlands 0, New Zealand 0. All the second half action on the way shortly.
Confederación Argentina de Hockey, Adidas, Pizza, Gatorade, Melfe, NEC, ENAR, Ente Nacional de Alto Rendimiento Deportivo, Secretaría de Deportes de la Nación, Banco Macro, Telefónica Argentina, DirecTV, Televisión Pública, YPF y Aerolíneas Argentinas. A su vez, el agradecimiento para la Asociación Tucuman de Hockey, Ente Tucuman Turismo, Ente de Infraestructura Comunitaria, Vialidad y el Gobierno de Tucumán.
Welcome back to Tucuman, the first quarter-final of the Hockey World League Final 2013. Netherlands versus New Zealand, and no goals inside the first half. New Zealand, who finished bottom of their pool against Netherlands, who are unbeaten in the tournament so far. No goals on the board, and one of the reasons for that is that it is baking hot out there. Still 37 degrees out on the pitch, so both sides staying inside the changing rooms. We can have a look back at some of the highlights from the first half. Not too much action, to be honest. This is probably the best of the chances in the game so far. Penalty corner for the Netherlands, taken by Pullman and saved by Rutherford. Up the other end, New Zealand did get a penalty corner of their own, but mistrapped at the top here. Just bobbles just over the stick of the stick stopper, Crystal Forgerson. And the Netherlands with a few open play shots as well. This was De Lange coming in but shooting the wrong side of Rutherford's goal. So the Dutch, despite having several circle penetrations and good attacking plays, unable to open the scoring here. They've had 4 shots in total, 11 circle penetrations, just 2 for New Zealand, and the Netherlands have controlled the possession here as well. 66% of the possession in the first half, both sides with 1 penalty corner, neither side able to score from that. Cards wise, just the 1 for the Netherlands for Kitty van Marler, a 2-minute sin bin, which gave New Zealand some breathing space at the end of that first half. Playing quarters in this game because the temperature is up and above 36 degrees Celsius, so there will be another break after 17.5 minutes. The fans are here. Hopefully they're lathered up in sun cream. Locals used to this sort of heat though, the players not so much. And if you haven't boiled to death, maybe you want to take part in some social media activity at half time. Some nice beauty shots of the surrounding skies and hills here in Tucuman. But feel free to get on Twitter at FIH_hockey. A few videos of pre-match there and some official videos at facebook.com/FI hockey. Some stuff from behind the scenes, photographs, videos. Pullman leading the side out. You can follow her and the rest of the team. Go through our Twitter contact there at FIH_hockey and hashtag any of your comments. HWL. Who's going to win this game? You've got a prediction? Where are you watching the game? Let us know. Post it there on the website and hashtag it HWL. Now, a couple of the Black Sticks girls have been watching back home. Likes of Katie Glynn and Stacey Mickelson recovering from injury. Not able to take part in the tournament, but very vocal on Twitter. Keep those coming, keep those tweets coming. Hashtag them HWL. Get behind your side. Pass your good luck messages on, whether it's for New Zealand, whether it's for the Netherlands, or the other 6 teams who are all going to be in action here in the quarter-final stages of this tournament. Australia play Germany next, when the temperatures will be edging towards 40 degrees Celsius in the midday heat. Hopefully it will have cooled down a little bit for the early evening games, but it will be muggy still nonetheless for the England-China encounter at 6:30 local time. And the final game of the day, the final quarter-final, Argentina versus Korea. That starts at 9 o'clock local time. So then both sides are back out there. Both umpires take up their positions. New Zealand will have pushback in the second half and play from left to right in the all-black kit. Forgerson over the ball for New Zealand. No goals in the game so far. Change from the yellow ball back to the white ball now in the second half. Been using the yellow ball in the early morning games just because of the sunlight and the angle that it comes in on the pitch. Sun nice and high in the sky now, so we're back to a white ball. Forgerson with the restart then, and the second half gets underway with an aerial ball from Sharland, which is picked off comfortably by Schoenacker, and the Dutch come forward. No goals in the game so far. Netherlands 0, New Zealand 0. Netherlands unbeaten in the tournament so far, played 3-1-3. Complete role reversal for New Zealand, having played 3 and lost all 3.
Okay.
The Dutch winning games against Germany by 6-0. They came back against England, having trailed 2-1 to win that game 3-2, and winning their final pool game by 3-1. New Zealand a 2-0 loss against China in their opening game. Took Argentina, the hosts, all the way, but lost out by 2-1. And didn't fare too well against Australia in their final game, losing 5-1. So they've only scored 2 goals in the tournament so far. New Zealand conceded 9, but they've kept a clean sheet here so far in this first half against the reigning Olympic champions. De Waal gets the ball into the D. Rutherford with the first save of the second half takes it for a long corner. Made a comfortable save against Marcia Palman in the first half to deny her from the penalty corner. And Cattle's there just backing into the defender. And New Zealand come away with it. Still alongside me in the commentary box is Nikki Simmons. And we've talked about the temperatures and the conditions. Tough out there for the players this evening, or this morning here, depends where you're watching the game, as the Netherlands come forward again through Dursk van den Heuvel. Velten now along to the baseline, looking to open the scoring here. Here's a chance, Charlene there again to sweep things up, and she's been at the heart of the defence every single time, and there she is again with another important jab tackle. Van Geffen threads one through to Dursk van den Heuvel, who fell to her feet but covered the ball.
Charlene and Dennison have had a good game so far in the first half for New Zealand, so they'll need them to keep that going. It looks like Charlene's well up for it.
And Anita Punt as well, must add, had a good first half as well. Good change of pace, as we know, but carried it out of defensive positions well in the first half for New Zealand. Still a long way to go in this game. And for me, up here, if New Zealand can keep this deadlocked for a majority of the second half, then they give themselves a real chance. Should the score finish goalless or as a draw, then we'll go to a penalty shootout. Then things do get exciting, don't they, Nikki?
Absolutely, yeah. I was here yesterday at training, and all the teams who came down were practicing them. Yeah, so it would make it a bit exciting. I'm not sure, though. I think the Netherlands always have another few levels that they can climb up, especially in the second half. I know from my own experience, being only 1-0 down at half-time, and they just come out at you the second half.
When do you make that conscious decision to step it up a level as a team?
Well, I guess especially it depends what happens at half-time. Sometimes you'll change things, sometimes they'll be working already, so you'll keep it going. And I think just persistence, really, and then if you get 1 goal, then you can push on and try and get a second one.
Merry tried to get through there past Palman. Again, Palman interchanging 1-2. Schoenacker takes it only as far as the 23, and New Zealand will have their first attack of the half. Charlton over the ball. Comes back almost into her own half with Dennison. Interception from De Waal, but New Zealand keep possession with Charlene. Back to Dennison. Charlton now outside her. Can cut in field. Does clip 1 goal bound. Keeper has to get a pad on it. The follow-up shot needed a save too. It's a long corner. Forgerson quickest to react. And Sombrook in the goal there for the Netherlands, forced to make a double save. Here's Velten. Will have to go herself. Has she got the pace to beat Dennison? Yes, she has. Cuts that ball back, but no one's square. Head of the D was looking for Dursk van den Heuvel. This is more like it.
That was Anita Punt getting back for that tackle. It shows the work rate she has, the pace she has. She's able to keep up with any player in the world.
Yeah, straight line speed has got to be one of the fastest, as well as Drost comes forward now for the Netherlands. Throws that one to Velten. One-on-one, spins out, squeezes under her body and gets the opener for the Netherlands. Lidewy Velten with the first goal of the day. Netherlands lead New Zealand here by 1-0. Well, we had to wait for the second half to see the opening goal, and Rose Drost involved in the build-up, setting up Lidevi Velten, who spins away from Charlene there and then squeezes it near post past Rutherford. Netherlands 1, New Zealand 0.
It's exactly what the Netherlands are great at. You think you've got it out of trouble, and they just surround you, win it back, and they're at you again straight away. Have you on the back foot.
Almost a sigh of relief from everyone in orange. I'm sure some of the Dutch fans back home as well, happy to see their side ahead as Kitty van Marle plays in that 1-2 with Rose again, and Harman was the next to it. Still the Dutch throwing numbers forward here. Hogue this time. Drost outside her. Drost takes the reverse stick cross, and there was a chance, far post. Van Marle popping up far post, not able to get a deflection on it. Should have been 2.
Absolutely should have been 2. Just got a stick on the back there. She's on her own at the back post.
Drost with the reverse stick ball in. There's the little bounce. Would have had to be on the half volley. It wasn't a flat delivery, which is the only reason Van Marle missed that in slow motion, as we saw there, the ball skipping through. But definitely a good opportunity.
Seeing again, though, what we've talked about, New Zealand's defence, leaving players at the back post all the time.
Well, they defended so well in the first half. They've conceded on 40 minutes to a goal from Velten. Cox now, straight onto the flat stick of Schuenacker, Van Marsacker, I should say, there at the back. Cox again being hassled by Van Marsacker, but gets the free hit this time. New Zealand can go straight into the D from outside the 23 if they choose to. Jones trots forward with the ball. Hands it to Charlene, who'll take the free hit. There's a bit of argy-bargy off the ball. Dennison crunches it goal bound towards Flynn, I think it was there. Yeah, Gemma Flynn closest to it, going to ground, not able to get a touch. Great ball from Hogue. This is better from the Netherlands, stretching the game. Van Marle to the baseline, back towards the D, and the P-spot, and the shot came in from Drost, first time hit. Bad effort this one. Have a look, Kitty van Marle getting around the back, gets her eyes up, clips the ball in, and the first time hit. I wasn't far away. Rutherford was beaten.
Superb effort on diving as well. It's an extremely difficult skill to do.
Game stretched now then. Webster comes forward and has the ball pinched off her. Not for the first time. Palman goes down in the tackle. Good jab away from the FIH Player of the Year. Van Marsacker this time. Several stick challenges going in there. Cox now with Merry ahead of her. New Zealand in search of an equaliser. Here is Merry. Clips it in. New Zealand felt there was a foot in there. If there was, it was outside the D. For sure, can't get past Thompson.
It's better by New Zealand. They really have to go for this game. They can't sit back, and you see Charlene there was in the circle doing what Pauman's been doing, getting all the way up in the circle. For a sweeper to do that, it's, you know, shows great intent.
Yeah, Charlene does look to have been pushed further up the field now. New Zealand able to change their shape, and they have to chase this game now. It is the quarter-final stages, so pretty much knockout stage. Whether going to the top half of the draw or the bottom half of the draw. New Zealand will have to get at least one goal back here against the reigning Olympic champions. New Zealand themselves, bronze medalists at the 2011 Champions Trophy, their first ever bronze medal. Also finished 4th at the 2012 Olympic Games, losing out to Great Britain there in the bronze medal match.
Yeah, I think it's arguably their best team for a while, but like you said, at the start of the game, they're missing some key players, which I think is not helping. It's not helping their results here.
The result between these two sides when they met in round 3 in Rotterdam, it finished Netherlands 5, New Zealand 2. New Zealand have the upper hand, or the lower hand here, I should say. Netherlands have the upper hand in this game as things stand. They lead by a goal to 0. Van Marsacker now on the ball, into Palman. Not doing anything too fancy with it, just retaining possession. Zealand press holding, and a good step two from Charlton. Drost with the quick restart. And good recovery to get that ball back for the Dutch. Here is Palman. Throws in a dummy to King and opens up the right-hand flank now. The drive and the push into the D, a deflection and a save from Rutherford off that deflection from Verschoor. Great reactions and a good turn of pace from Verschoor to get in front of her man. Now takes it on the reverse stick. Advantage played, reverse stick effort, hits the crossbar. Wonderful. Great individual skill from Maria Verschoor. Here's the number 11, picking it up first time, came in from Fenonix. That deflection needed a save from Rutherford. The second effort was even better, onto the reverse stick, having skipped 3 tackles. Lets it rip there. Pings against the crossbar just there.
Feel there might be a goal coming for her. That's 2 deflections, excellent deflections, and then a crack off the bar.
In the meantime, could be a goal coming up the other end. New Zealand have won a penalty corner through Forgerson and the counter-attack. Second corner of the half, or of the game for New Zealand, first of this half. There is a look at Forgerson pulling it back, putting in the little bobble there, and forcing the foot from Fenonix. Oh, they step up. Well, no Charland on the pitch. She's waiting in the wings. She's currently in the dugout, but they have got Anita Punt here, who you'd think would be the next best option. She's got a drag flick on it, has been flicking it low and fast in warm-up. Can she get this one on target and get her side back in the game? Injection comes in, it's smooth. It is Punt with the low flick. They were looking for a deflection. It's come up and into the body. There's another penalty corner before the ball ended up in the back of the net. Whistle was blown from the far side from Francis Block. Spotted a foul there, and New Zealand a third penalty corner of the game now. Let's have a look how the first one came about. They were looking for a deflection there, I think, on the left-hand side through Merry.
Yeah, sent in a couple there, looking for a deflection. The injection was a lot better this time as well.
Again, the injection is good. Punt gets something behind it this time, Durst van den Heuvel. Foot was already given. Well, both sides wanting to use their video referral here. Durst van den Heuvel saying that one clipped her above the knee.
I'm not sure Anita Punt realised she doesn't actually have a video referral left.
Yeah, that's right. New Zealand losing theirs in the first half.
Tell me this high ball for New Zealand? Yeah, I look for a high ball in danger.
Palman is adamant that it's a free out, I think.
Well, yeah, Durst van den Heuvel, you can almost see the bruise from up here coming up on her knee. But it does come down to the video referrals, or the video umpire's opinion there. Yeah, that's come right up off her knee. On the rise, Durst van Heuvel doing enough to get close enough to it. I think that the reaction from Anita Punt, thinking that came off a shin pad, but from my initial reaction or my initial viewing of that one, off the knee. What do you think, Nikki?
Yeah, to me looks like over knee as well. The first runner there, kind of slowing down to, I think, not to put too much pressure on, and it ends up
Ariana, I have a decision for you.
hitting her knee.
Tell me. The ball was dangerous on above the knee, so it's a free out. Please proceed for Holland. Yes, and they and they keep the referral. Okay, it's dangerous. Free out. 15. Free out. Okay.
16-yard hit. Netherlands keep their referral. That ball hitting the knee of Dirk van den Heuvel, the #1 runner. If you are just tuning in, second half action from the first quarter-final between the Netherlands and New Zealand. 21 minutes left to play, and the Netherlands lead by 1-0. Their goal coming on 40 minutes through Lidewy Velten. They've also hit the crossbar too through Maria Verschoor. Ketels with the ball forward. Charlton, quick restart. Reed now. Forgerson. It really is hotter than the sun out there. Still 37 degrees. And that means we will be having a break at 17.5 minutes into this second half. So the game being divided up into quarters. A loud blow here, and the Netherlands have conceded a corner over there. They need to punt at the heart of the action, attacking-wise.
It's a very soft corner to give away from,
Certainly was.
From such a high-class team. Lapse of concentration, and maybe New Zealand can get back in the game here. They really won't be happy with that if they score.
Well, New Zealand will certainly be hoping to get back into the game here. This another good opportunity to do that. As King makes her way over to the injection spot. Charlton at the head of the D to stop. Alongside her, Anita Punt. Last time the Dutch got to the ball in time. Ball comes out quicker this time.
They're lucky there, Holland. I thought they were going to get one sent to the halfway line.
I don't think the umpire happy with where the feet were placed. Have to be behind the line. Again, the hit comes in, Punt takes it. What this time? Early break. That time they do break early. Keen to get to the ball, but they'll lose a player here who'll have to go back to the halfway line.
#1 runner.
Or not. Well, not sure why that was retaken. What's going on here?
Her foot needs to be behind the line as well, and looks like she's very close to the line.
Injection comes in, Punt with the flick. Didn't get a lot of power behind it. Charlton with a follow-up shot, takes a deflection and just goes wide. Well, King was there, far post. And that could have come in off any number of sticks after Charlton pumped it back towards goal. There was the injection, which was solid. The flick wasn't the best from Punt, but then the follow-up shot was good from Charlton. That was creeping in. Actually took a heavy deflection off Hayward's stick there.
Such a tactical game at that stage when you have to take the corner 3 times. Holland changed up their running. I don't know if you noticed that as well, because if you run out twice already, the attacking team can see what way you're running.
Velten, the goal scorer, swivels, gets past Charland. There's a little hooter, and if you're wondering why, it's because we're having a short break, quarterly break, because of the high temperatures out here in Argentina. It's up and above 36 degrees Celsius, so the sides taking another short break to take on some water and go and seek some much needed shade. There's been 1 goal in the second half so far. It's gone the Netherlands' way. Look there at the Black Sticks bench. Cold towels, ice water, all essential today. Baking hot. And Sombruk as well there, taking on some liquids behind Dutch goal. Not sure whether she's going to go and get some shade. She's got time if she wants to. There's the Dutch fans. No such luck for them. They're right out in the midday heat. Sides have put towels up in front of their dugouts just to try and give themselves a little bit of shade. Refreshment's been taken on left, right and centre by both crowd and players. It's one way to stay out of the sun. Zeger's there, the team manager, gathering her side. Max Caldas will have a few words to say to his team. They lead, though, through Lidderby Velten, scoring on 40 minutes to give Netherlands a 1-0 lead. 3/4 of the way through the game. And your thoughts on the game so far, Nikki?
Yeah, it's a bit more even now in the second half or the third quarter. I think New Zealand really have to push on now.
We can see here, yeah, some of the replays from that second half. For sure going close there. And yeah, talking about New Zealand, here's the closest they got to equalising. That shot coming in from Charlton and the deflection just going wide. It had beaten Sombrook just there. And King with a chance on the far post. So we'll pick up where we left off. Both sides having had a short break in the midday sun. Well, not even midday yet. It's 10:15 local time. And it's still 37 degrees out there. So New Zealand get us underway. Final quarter of play. New Zealand with it all to do. They've lost their video referral. They're also a goal down here. They trail through a Lidderby Velten goal, scoring on 40 minutes. They have managed to carve out 3 penalty corners in the game, though. Unable to score from any of those opportunities, though. Van Geffen gathers and drives the line. Reed back to cover, makes the mistake, though, and gives away the ball. Velten to play in Ketels. Dutch just have to hold on to it here.
Yeah, and I think apart from getting a drink on board, it's for coaches it must be a nice thing as well to have a little break. We play it in Irish Hockey League at home, and it's actually good because the coaches get to talk to you for in the middle of the half.
Is it 37 degrees back home right now?
Yeah. No, I think it's just to make the game a bit more exciting for spectators as well. The EHL has played like that too. And it's great because also players in the last quarter have this, you know, you're playing it for 17 minutes, so you kind of tend to work a bit harder.
Yeah, I can see the logic behind that. Good step from Fenanix. Good awareness too from Flynn to take the quick restart and get going. She's got Cox inside her. Crossfield ball was intended for Forgerson. Patient build up again from the Netherlands, gaining ground. Ball offloaded to Hogue. Baseline run being made by Devard, who does come to the ball. One-touch layoff, and Dennison there, not for the first time. Good tackle from Velten. Dross now tries to get into the D. Can't get past Charlton, it'll be a long corner. Boss. There's a unfriendly ball from Ketels. Bouncing towards Fenanix there on the right-hand flank. New Zealand will have the ball just inside their own 23. Well charged down by Devard, and the Netherlands have it back now. Velten will keep it in play. She's the only goal scorer on the day so far. Plays it back to Palman. Crossfield ball, Crunch was looking for Hogue.
Yeah, I'm sure Palman will be disappointed with that. She probably could have just pushed it or swept it. Chose to take a big swing at it.
Just getting a bit more power behind it. Charlton does the same, but only as far as Hogue. Hogue with Drost outside her, and inside is Ketels playing the 1-2. Charlton comes again. This is Cox enough to earn the free hit and then pushes upfield. She's coming off and King's coming on.
Good play by Cox. I know she was trying to get it to the other side, which is what you want to do. You want to get into midfield quickly to the other side and break down the other side away from the Netherlands defence.
Time is now for New Zealand if they're going to get back into this game. Good aerial ball comes in from New Zealand's defender Dennison. King was underneath it first. Now Jones with the restart. Looking to get it into the D. It's bobbling loose. Came off Blackstick's foot. Came off Forgerson there, just at the head of the D before it came in. Max Cowdis looks fairly relaxed, hasn't moved position all game, basking in the sunshine. Van Geffen. Now Verschure can't take it strong. Interception. Van Marle and Verschure linking up again. Verschure goes, lays it off for Van Marle, spins, turns and saved by Rutherford. De Lange quickest to react to it. Van Marle again. Durst van den Heuvel wins the free hit. Netherlands going in search of their second goal of the game.
Although New Zealand haven't won their games so far, Rutherford's been definitely one of the standout keepers. She comes out very well. You see it here. She's right out on top of the forward, not giving her a chance, not giving much of an angle to take a shot.
Did well to keep an eye on it there as well, because Charlon was coming right across the face of her. And, well, yeah, just to keep an eye on the ball in that situation as well.
Yeah, with players running in front of you, it's always very difficult.
Charlton. And Marsaka concedes a long corner. Slightly more animated Coach Caldis. Kitty Van Marle using that left arm skill to take it round on the left and then earns the free hit as well. Lost a stick in the process.
She almost snuck through the middle of those two defenders there. Not quite.
Not quite. Thompson was there to make sure she didn't. Drost. Great into the D. Can she get an outcome? She can, but it's only a long corner. Two goals on the board should put this result beyond doubt at the moment. It's just on tenterhooks. One goal not enough. New Zealand were to get an equaliser, we'd go to a penalty shootout to decide the winner of this first quarter-final. Netherlands the favourites, of course, being reigning Olympic champions and world #2. Long corner. Can New Zealand cause an upset here? They'll need to get the ball up the right end of the pitch first. Durst van den Heuvel. Charlon earns the free hit. She's certainly one of the players that can turn this game around. Goes with the aerial ball forward this time, only as far as Palman. Goes all the way herself, and she'll get the shot off here, will she? Clips it, goal bound. And Drost was down low, looking for the deflection. Palman shot high.
Charlon got away with that. It's a great run by Palman. I'd expect her to get it across the goal for one of her players, or at least on target.
Thought she might have shot earlier there as well. She had a good 3 or 4 steps in before she shot that there and squeezed it into the turf, head height, Drost going down.
Yeah, also on her back foot, almost on her right foot, she could have been a bit more balanced. She had a lot of space.
Long corner, final touch came off Fenonix. Strength from Schoenacker. Van Geffen now. New Zealand, as you'd expect, pushing high. Full press from them, trying to keep it in this left-hand corner. Palmer now has got an aerial ball if they want to use that. Keeps it low through Boss. Oh, playing it onto her own foot. Charlton with a quick restart. They need to punt in acres of space over on the left-hand side. Good cover tackle again from Schönacker. Clear shot here, gets it off on target. Huge save from Sombrook. Low into her right-hand side. We'll get an idea whether that was goal bound or not, but Sombrook had to make sure. New Zealand suddenly found themselves with that clear-cut shooting opportunity.
Yeah,
they've conceded the foul.
She could have got a better shot. She was a little bit slow in my mind to see the gap. She's almost stopped here. That was definitely going in. It's a super save.
Well, Hayward on target there. Sombrook at her very best to deny New Zealand an equaliser. Better signs from New Zealand. 7.5 minutes left to play. Great run from Forgerson coming forward. Boss wins it. Gets there ahead of Webster.
New Zealand have definitely stepped it up. They've changed their shape. They've pushed Charlotte up, as you said already, but they're sticking with that. It seems to be working a lot better for them than the four at the back they were playing with originally.
Yeah, no point sitting back here. Better to concede a goal on the counter-attack and throw everything forward. Doesn't matter if they lose it 1-0 or 10-0 from here on in. They have to throw everything forward, New Zealand. Hunt's ball is intercepted. This is Hogue. Can't quite keep that one in.
Ellen Hogue not at her best the last few games. I was expecting her to bring it out today, but maybe she's saving something.
One goal in the tournament for her against Germany. The Dutch beat the Germans 6-0 in their opening game. Game 4 of the tournament for both sides. With classification matches still to come, semi-finals and then playoffs. Good chance here then for New Zealand. Cox tries to stroke it goal bound. Another save needed from Sombrook. Forgerson with the shot, and now the quick restart over from the long corner. Doesn't have too many options here. Webster in support. Owns the free hit. Forgerson again takes it. Touch back in numbers there though. 3 orange shirts around her. He's never going to win that 3-on-1. Tersk van den Heuvel opting to run out with it. Possibly not the best choice either. Here's Charland. Interception from Hogue. She's got Van Marler ahead of her. Takes on Charlton for pace. Oh! Took a deflection from outside the D. It'll be a long corner. Hit the post. Wouldn't have counted as a goal had it gone in, because the final touch came in from outside the D. I don't see that too often. Cox dispossessed by Velton. Velton scoring on 40 minutes to give Netherlands the lead. That's where we are. Netherlands 1, New Zealand 0. Van Marsacker with some defensive work here to do. Forgerson hassling and pressing. And forces the error. There's adjudged to be a New Zealand foot though. Van Geffen comes tumbling down. What you spotted there, Nikki?
Two players just giving a few words to each other, I think. Not too happy.
Is that Marchie Palmer and Webster, I think it was, just...
Definitely Palmer again.
She's a fiery character. Plenty to say off the ball. wants to take this one. Bobbles one in towards Hogue. Van den Heuvel has that swept away. Netherlands going in search of a second goal. Can they get it? 3.5 minutes left to play. 1-0 will do it. That'll take them through to the semi-finals.
This will be a bit of a ploy by the Dutch as well. I know for sure we do it if we're 1-0 up, and there's a few minutes to go. We try and get into the corners and keep it down there. It's not pretty, but it works.
Well, it's not been the prettiest game all over the park, really. Not only has it been hot, it's not been an attractive game to watch by any means. Not too many clear-cut shooting opportunities. More in this second half, though, has to be said. Good saves up both ends from Rutherford and also Sombrook. Sombrook, the most recent of the goalkeepers to make a save off Hayward's shot. New Zealand coming close to equalising. Van den Heuvel now with Van Marla outside her. De Waard just ahead. And it was punt again at full stretch. Flynn now.
Probably a better option was not to cross the ball there, put into the corners. I think that might be what's been shouted at her from the sideline, because it just makes it an attack for New Zealand again.
It was the ideal combination for New Zealand with Punt and Flynn working well together, but then Van den Heuvel still somehow managed to get the ball. Hogue now.
Showing her experience there, going back at some outside. Try not to go through the middle at this stage of the game if you're only 1-0 up.
Players are looking tired there. Velton finds a way through onto the baseline, but instead of getting it in, she's just quite content to go and keep the ball in that corner. Meaning New Zealand have to go after it. In the process, they knock it out for a sideline ball. They can waste another 10 seconds here. A self-pass from Velton. And you can see the tempo right down. And ideally, they'd like to stay down here in this corner for the next minute and a half, and then they'll be through to the semi-finals.
Players that do that in a game, what's best to do is probably go on the outside of the pitch and win it that way rather than trying to, because every time you get a touch, it goes off the sideline. So you want to be almost outside the pitch.
It's got to be New Zealand's last chance now to get an equaliser. Can they get it? Looking to take this one to a penalty shootout. Anita Punt skips past one player. She's got Charlton on the outside of her to the right, but the Dutch back in numbers. De Waard getting the ball, and then Marcia Polman making no mistake, aims right for the corner. Will it stay in? Goes off for a 16-yard hit. Charlton now. Again, De Waard doing a job defensively as a striker. Webster. Little shove there on Ketels. Inside the final 30 seconds now. Lidovai Velton's goal separating the two sides. As we said, not been the most attractive of games, but the Netherlands have done what they've needed to do. Can they finish off with a little goal? No, wrong side of the post there from De Waard. Rutherford has had a good game, just conceding that one goal though. And what an important goal it's proved for the Netherlands. There is the final hooter. Dirk van den Heuvel finishes the game on the floor, but she's a semi-finalist, as is Max Caldis there and the rest of the Netherlands girls. New Zealand have given it their all out there in the heat of battle and the heat of day, but it's not enough to defeat the reigning Olympic champions. Netherlands winning by a 1-0. So the crowd showing their support for both sides. It's been a brutal game of hockey, played in extremely hot conditions, 38 degrees out there on the pitch. But Netherlands are our first semi-finalists, having beaten New Zealand in the first quarter-final of the day. Australia play Germany next, then this evening England versus China, and then the final game of the day, Argentina versus Korea. But full time here in Tucuman, Netherlands 1, New Zealand 0. Look back then at the highlights, and there were some more shooting opportunities in that second half. Both sides stepped up to the plate. Here was the goal, the only goal that separated the two sides in the end. Belton peeling out well and squeezing that near post to get it past Rutherford and to give Netherlands the lead on 40 minutes. Verschuur came next closest with this effort. Reverse stick hitting the crossbar there, just that point where the crossbar meets the post. Have a look at this in slow motion. Ping. And this is as close as New Zealand got to an equaliser. That low save from Sombrook, denying Pippa Hayward to get something behind it. But not a high-scoring game by any means. Enough shots in there to make it more of a game. 12-6 in Netherlands' favour, and dominated circle penetrations as well, really, the Netherlands. 23-8, and controlled the game well throughout, actually, controlling the pace. New Zealand had their chances, and the best of those coming from penalty corners. 4 in all in the game, but 0-4 conversion rate. Netherlands unable to score from their only effort from Marcia Palman. Good save from Rutherford, denying her on that occasion. So then we have our first semi-finalists, and they are the Netherlands, the reigning Olympic champions. They gather. Commiserations to New Zealand, who tried, but they'll go into the bottom half of the draw. Classification matches still to play in this tournament. Final thoughts on this game, Nikki?
New Zealand will be a lot happier with that performance from them. Just a pity they couldn't get anything, but as you saw by the stats, the Netherlands were definitely on top. They held it, they kept going, they just were persistent, and they didn't panic at all. And 1-0 at the end.
Well, they will watch the rest of the games with one eye open on potential opponents from the other half of the draw. And we look forward to the second quarter-final of the day between Australia and Germany. If you can stick around for that one, then please do. Remember, you can watch all the live streaming via our YouTube channel as well if you do have to pop off to work. Try and slip that on if you can. The Netherlands then, they march on to the semi-finals for the Black Sticks and Carla Shireland and the likes of Crystal Ferguson and Sally Rutherford into the bottom half of the draw. Good effort from them today. As you said, Nikki, 100% from the girls in black, but it's the girls in orange that are yet again through to another semi-final stage of another major tournament. This, the inaugural Hockey World League final. And the side in orange are going to be in the semi-finals. Ludovi Velton there, the right of the picture, the only goal scorer, scoring on 40 minutes as the girls take on their protein shakes. A warm down for the New Zealand side, and there is confirmation of the rest of the games of the day. The remaining quarter-finals, confirmation too of the score between the Netherlands and New Zealand. It's finished 1-0 in the Netherlands' favour. Games later today for Australia against Germany. That's the next game of the day in just under an hour's time. England play in the muggy evening heat against China, and the hosts Argentina will face Korea. Hopefully you can come back and join us for all of those games. We look forward to your company then. Bye for now.
Ja, ja, continuar, continuar. Ja, 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 hallo, hallo, hallo. 1, 2, 3, 4. Mijn beste Spaans, ja. Ja, oké. No, no, oké. Niet bewegen, ja.